everyone, Lottie-Rose speaking. Obviously, these are my thoughts on the Gathering Storm WR video. I think there's lots of secret hidden messages about drones, clones, and megabots. If you haven't yet seen the Gathering Storm video, it's very cryptic and it's on WR's YouTube. It's about a hacker reading secret WR files. So when you watch the video, The Gathering Storm, there's lots of things in the video, but also a few hidden things. And right from the start, at 20 seconds, if you freeze it at 20 seconds, you'll see a large duck-shaped robot bottom right. And that's a reference to War Robot Duck Pack, which was a funny skirmish they released not so long ago. Most importantly in the video is a reference to wow, huge robots. So we'll come back to that in a minute because that's very important. A general screenshot looked like this. And you'll see top left is the Bastion robot. We'll come to that again in a moment. Top right is just a list of robots and weapons, nothing special. Bottom left is an article about Carl Rogers and his wife called Linda. And bottom right is an article about Plato, energy shields, and iron weapons, which doesn't make any sense at all, but looks like they were trying to fill in some text somehow. Another screenshot, if you look a little bit closer at the list of file names, you see a funny file saying Ask Stan. Yay, Stan. This screenshot here, this contains a lot of random old things from referencing Carl Rogers. Bottom right is a Dear Jane letter. You can Google that if you want to. Dear Jane or Robots, Carl Rogers. In the centre is it looks like a picture of the hat helmet of Kyle. And then there's large text on the left-hand side is just some old analogue. And the top left is, for example, a reference to a competition WR ran back in March to do with Carl Rogers. So nothing special there. But what is special is, again, another reference to a large spider bot that was able to work with bots that seem to have a mind of their own. Now that's very interesting because the large spider bot, if you Google it, Bastion, as I said before, looks like this. Lots of pictures on Google about the Bastion robot that was never used by War Robots. What I think it could be is a large robot that works like a fortress base, unable to move, otherwise it won't be able to move between buildings and narrow areas of maps. But since it's not able to move, it actually produces self-controlled robots. And it produces one, say, one every 10 seconds or something, until you can potentially damage the Bastion. It could have something ridiculous like 1 million hit points in it. It just sits there producing mindless drones, and those drones could attack you. Again, we'll come back to that in a little minute. Also, I just want to show you a little cool reference in the text messaging between Rogers and somebody called I, which is probably the hacker, a reference to Amura. If you Google Amura, lots of articles about walking robots. He seems to be quite a founding father of the things about walking robots. Quite a clever little reference weaved in there. And also, Amura do lots of articles talking about war robots and particularly quadrupeds, four-legged robots. But what I like to think about what the large robots could be is potentially not just a fortress mode and producing mindless robots, but I actually like the idea where they could be a new type of robot where you actually control the robot to a point. You could pressing the active module button, and it takes over itself and aggressively attacks the reps, the enemies. Now, when I've been thinking about that, it occurred to me you could have robots like, imagine a raptor robot, where you control the raptor with weapons, but then it can run very fast and jump very fast, very much like a raptor within Jurassic Park. Or you could have a robot triceratops, which you press the active module, and it takes over. The robot takes over itself, very much like it has a mind of its own. So these could be hybrid dinosaur robot type things. But the Bastion, I would like to think, is actually a hint towards not just a fortress that's producing drones, which could be an option, but it could be an option for something called Mammoth. And that itself would have a huge energy shield or a huge physical shield that actual robots in the field could shelter behind as well. So, there you go. That's my mad thinking about what the Gathering Storm video means to me. Lots of new stuff coming. Thanks for watching. Hope you subscribe. Bye.